didn't trust him on it. Should have trusted. Should have trusted. All right. Boom. Now the weird part, when you talk about Afro, this hookup, she wants to go Sands of Time. Or like a breastplate would be really good, but you can't go... I was literally about to say you can't go defense, but we know this rule, right? It's going to be an awkward conversation if we see some procs picked up. So far, that rule's not been broken with health and HP 5. So the whale's broken the rule. True. Shiva full damage does go kind of hard. I'm interested to see who is building full damage. One character, the rule is one character has to go full DPS. Do they have the damage? They do. They get first blood. All this talk about this early to mid and the least expected doing a whole lot of damage to Tantalus, more specifically this Fafnir. First blood, purple already underway. But the rule is one character / god is required from each of these teams to go full damage, i.e. no protections that are allowed to go health. So the Shiva and Afro currently not breaking said rule. Should be the Mac for the T2s. Ultimate's already ticking over for the least expected. I'm interested. I'm keeping a close eye on these builds. I wonder, like, I would assume this is full Thieves, so Shiva has to go full damage, unless she's going something else here that's strictly HP. Nope. Like that. You would go into something else, that being the case. Stalling a guy out, true, that could be enough. What would be interesting? Shiva throws an ult. Does he have the damage? Faf. A response. Shiva should be the target. I'm assuming you have the possible turn. Fafnir not able to land that stun. Red being pulled. Erlong looking for their wrap. Erlong doesn't have all... Wait. You're telling me Red actually got stolen by the Fafnir? Breathing on it just goes burr? I'm a little confused how Fafnir is able to steal that. And you don't save and you secure, but however, I guess neutral buff for neutral buff, purple for red. Swing in either way. I think it's Faf just steals because he's built different. So we're still not breaking the rule yet, technically, and it might be just that. You might be looking at a full damage Shiva. Huh. So this is Thieves, surely that's just... We're cooking. We're cooking. Bull spawns in 20. They didn't decide to grab the Chester. Johnson dropping now. Purple spawning shortly after wave collapse. Bull spawning. Red Should go in favor and does. Extremely smooth. Wait, hold on. No way, right? Bull is being pulled. Tantalus has to know. They recognize it. It's at a quarter HP. We're coin tossing this game. Erlong, a blink alt in. Do they have the damage? Least expected, able to secure Bull, but cost 1. Do they make it out alive? Faf jump not actually connecting the stun. Horrific drop, but heavily able to kite them out in time. 1 for Bull. If you're least expected, I'm assuming they're taking that trade. This is the full damage, so... Alright. It is official. The Shiva is required to go full damage, no procs. With the Thebes being locked in. That was least expected. We did say it. We called that out in preparation. Now, are they able to build off this pressure? They have this early to mid pressure. We talked about it. Are they able to continue to capitalize off of it? This damage is coming forward. They're able to kill this Hachi. Oh my gosh. Over. They are living up to their name currently. Shell comes through. No ultimates up here for Tantalus and a T1 going down at just under 6 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, even I in my infinite wisdom, I can't even say that and actually mean it, would have thought when I see this team comp locked in that the Shiva is going to be full damage. I haven't seen that in a hot minute. Add a little variety and spice to our life. Looks like it's going to be a mid guard. Take a quick peek at leveling orders. Natalie is the Hachi. So the 2 designated full damage, I guess, should go like this. That is interesting. I'm interested to see how the Shiva elects to build. Especially going in full damage, what that's going to look like. Bull not yet up, so they're hovering purple. So decently, this 1,500 gold they've started to accrue. Fafnir actually jumps in. He does have all awards placed. Least expected, able to secure purple. Erlong's hovering a corner. He does have blink alt ready. Do they look for this engage? Johnson is spawning in. Whale actually dashes in. This should be that go button on the Whale. They actually electing to do it. Shiva drops alt. Erlong as well. Baku Kujiro, that's 4 alts. Only 2 standing currently left up is this Afro Hachi. They're working down the Afro. Afro's forced to alt. Hachi alts through. Do they have the damage? They do, but a 1-for-1. The Shiva in the background able to trade. Pops Horn Shard has the cooldown. Able to pick 2. Are they able to go for that full wipe? The Shiva damage actually coming through. What I would have thought would be a terrible trade. Least expected coming out on top. It is the Whale. Jesse's onto something. He is a Whale believer. He did crown himself the Joust King with this pick. Apparently, no respect given. It's crazy. Oh. I did not say believer. I said believer. Your song. Bruh. Red goes toward least expected. They do have blink up, and it's on this Whale. I would like to see them back. 2 of them don't have second relics yet. Hopefully get this Afro to level 12. They're hovering toward this bull. Erlong does have Blink alt up. See, wave first, then toward bull. Hachi not yet pathing out of base. Able to get Dom and Venom Xe for that anti-heal / anti-shielding. Chester's both spawned. This is a pretty huge spike to help answer some of those issues that they're dealing with. However, that being said, you still got to deal with almost a 2K lead in gold. Erlong, hold on. Erlong ends up pulling bull himself. Afro's just pathing out of base. She is not level 12 and doesn't have second relic here yet. They are forced to drop. Will's got to be careful not to get overly poked out. Gets hammered, disarmed in front of the Hachi. Hachi, that slow just proving to be a little too much. It is kind of wild the damage that we just did to this Hachi. If you're the Shiva, Erlong still hovering on the side, looking for a possible blink. Purple being secured by least expected. Bull's pulled. Do they have the ability to path in over these wards quick enough? Already at half health. Faf should be able to jump in and does. Is he able to secure this? Do you have the burst? Hammer, least expected secures, but how's that post-fight look? Whale, alt for alt. Faf is in. Alt, Shiva forced to drop his. But he's the full damage. Does he get burned? And he should. Afro, good quality alt. Are they able to find the damage to turn? Hold on, Shiva's still alive. And they're actually turning this fight. How does the Shiva live? The pin, is it able to help survive? Pin matched by the Fafnir stun. Might be just enough for him to get out. Instead, a blink for blink. They know it's coming. Whale dashing forward, looking for any slow he can. Faf actually detransformed to both only the tanks here. Shiva grabbing speed. I'm going to be pathing up, pushing wave red. They're so close. Tantalus just has to find that kill to be able to turn that fight just a little sooner. Erlong forced to back up. A decent amount of damage with Sunder put out onto this whale, Mr. Baku Kujira. Fafnir jumps in, trying to zone a little bit of the minion wave. Shiva forced to path from behind. He's got to be careful. He's the topic or target of this Hachi. Bird goes down. Are they able to find a little bit more pressure? Does it get called there? Jenny, how are you, girl? Welcome, welcome. I'm assuming least expected gets their prize back off here, get a little bit more farm, grab this red, blue, minis, Johnson, etc. Spend some gold and look for a little bit of damage, if not a full end with a pick here. They are in the driver's seat with 12 minutes in. The margin is so close. Like, Tantalus just needs a couple more items. They have to be a little cleaner on that engage. Find that one pick. They're getting out, which is a little bit, and re-engaging these sustained fights with this Afro. Just doing too much. And that, I'm sure, is about to go big. Oh, I appreciate that, girl. Hopefully you're doing well. You're looking at spikes. Still, physical power and health. Plenty of health on the Shiva, but no prots yet. So this build is still within ruling. Shiva gets the knock-up. Erlong drops a nice triple ult, but Baku Kujira, they're standing in the middle. Alt Fafnir now ulting. Erlong doing his very best to get out. Faf now here alone. Getting stunned. Forced to jump out as well. Do they have the range damage? They have the archers here. Hachi doing his very best to get some damage off. A nice little blink from the Erlong, but do they have the damage to turn it on to the Fafnir? Shiva double dash, a dash from the Erlong, pushes the Erlong back in. They have the damage. These fights are so close, but the sustain is just too much. Hachi gets a nice little ult on the re-engage. So trading 1 for 1, they're healthy enough, but are they able to clear this wave and push while the least expected don't have that health bar? Honestly, when you're looking at the game state, that's actually a big fight. While it seems 1 for 1's not great, this bird getting near spawning, they're not healthy least expected, so the Tantalus might be able to step up here with wave, get some poke, get a little farm, get the itemization. It is starting to break a little bit. They just need to keep it clean. Make sure that they don't get lazy backed or one of them picked. One misplay is going to cost it. That is a double kins. Hold on. I mean, listen, technically we're still within it. I'm a little shocked at the... They need Pestilence, they need more anti-heal in general. They're definitely just going off of, the only thing they have is Envenom, Xe, and this Horrific. They need a lot more because these sustained fights, the healing off of the Afro, the healing off of the Shiva ult if used in that direction. Like, there's just a little too much there, but I'm gonna be honest, I think if they get this Oboe online, they are gonna start being able to have these fights sway in their favor. It is starting to shift a little bit. Bull's already at half health. It was pulled. Hachi pathing in late. They're actually dropping it. Erlang drops ult. Do they have ult for ult? Baku Kujira drops ult in return. Afro just trying to kite after. And we are able to pick up that kill. Is this the window that they've been asking for? Shiva's tanking this full of tower up himself, but does he have the damage to actually follow that up? A blinking by Baku Kujira. Not able to catch the horse. Hachi able to survive, but is he able to path back in? This is a little unexpected here from the least expected. Mainly just because you're tanking up a full bird in the front of 2 and it costs you a big misplay. You got the pick. Why force it? But they do. Afro dropping meditation, looking for that cooldown re-engage, and Hachi without ult could be that possible target. Are they able to find the pick? Aegis is used. Hachi goes down. Fat forced to jump away. Oh my goodness, this Erlang is up, doesn't have ult, but does the Fafnir survive? They might look to turn onto this Afro, a possible little barn burner, if you will. Good hammer CC and a big peel from the Baku Kujira. You gotta be careful, Erlang is gonna have ult shortly. But these sustained fights with this Aphrodite are just, you need anti-heal. You need it way more than you're giving credit. This Afro being able to get away with a little bit too much on the sustain. All 3 members are up. Bird is down. Nothing much left to your name. I'm just... these fights they're so close. They're so close. I feel like you just get a little bit more anti-heal, and you're actually able to deal with this. I mean, most of this build is built toward that sustain. Just being able to punish that just a little more than they are would be such a big deal. But when a Horrific is combined with Cursed Thonk, you just got an OP relic. So this, if you're going to play it this way, this application has to be everything. It looks like he's going to Divine, possibly late. Erlang's hovering. Signing full back, fire wave pushing. I'm assuming it's just going to be a bull push here. Not yet level 20 for the Baku Kujira. And an Oboe is online for the Sachi. Just trying to find any little bit of farm they can. Shiva Afro pathing now in for Bull. looks like Tantalus are just going to deal with the fire wave push. So Bull goes in favor at least expected. This fight is going to be everything for Tantalus. You have one fire wave you got to defend with a full 3-man up and healthy. You gave Bull, but how's this trade? You want to get a little poke here just to start things off, but you know, I talk about poke. I didn't mean take poke. I meant give it. Unfortunately, Tantalus on the receiving end. Ults are dropped. Do they find enough damage, though? A possible re-engage. Here you go. This is big. A big ultimate. This is their all-in. It was called, but a 1-for-1. Holy cow, the damage comes through, and they're able to end. Oh, the least expected do just that. And they perform on a full damage Shiva Afro. Ban the whale. Titan is squishy. That's actually crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The fights are like, dude, it literally is who just, oh my gosh, it's gonna swing either way. But least expected taking it home in game number 1. Who will win? Least expected. You know, I think he's onto something. The whale is kind of doing numbies. He's kind of doing numbies. Yeah, this is really notable. When you're doing this kind of number versus like the damage put out, and this is like Star Sample's a phenomenal tank. Like these, it almost negates your character in this game. But we got Swag Master Flex on the on her. He was the one who was trying to who brought me over into the dark side with the cookies and this on her pick. I'm interested to see if he's had his water. Did he eat Taco Bell, or is he just going to be AFK halfway through the game? Oh, man. I can't even say it seriously. But Swagger Master Flex, Star Sample, and Mwek looking to put it all out there to see if they can take home game number 2. I am interested. You know what would really surprise me is if the Chalk went full damage. If the the Hercules. If the Hercules went full damage, I genuinely would be like, all right, well, I know nothing anymore. So there's that. I doubt it though. Surely you can't. I would assume the Chalk full damage would be kind of rough to deal with. So Hercules can't. He gets Warrior Sex. So it's got to be this Chalk. She's going into that Thebes again, so I'm assuming it's full. It is what I talked about earlier. Gotta keep an eye on this build. Should be full damage as well as this one. It's going around and back. Same composition, same thought process here. Game number 2 underway and least expected up 1-0. Swagmaster Fax has subbed in. Let's see if he's able to take it home. I am very curious to see how this Chalk full damage is able to stand up here. This is already a big difference from game number 1. Tantalus not dropping first blood, and they're the aggressor for purple buff. On her jumps in. Swagmaster Flex sees a plate, but has he put himself in a major disadvantage? Forced to beads and heavily to get out of it. He said, I see a plate, and became the plate. Hercules wraps around. Oh no, the tragedy. He ends up being the target. Just missing that push. Listen, I gotta respect the attempt. The aggression was there. The chalk. I can't wait to watch this chalk damage. The impale doesn't connect, and the back off doing some numbers to this on her. You gotta be a little careful. The shock's gonna TP on with a possible back off damage from this Afro. That combo is gonna do some pretty dangerous numbers mid-game. Serve as all. Red's pulled. Honor's on it. There's only 2 members here, so a 2v3. Are they able to steal it? They're not. Tantalus able to secure it. It's Honor just trying to find a little bit of damage onto the chalk. This should go 1-for-1 as far as buffs. The Tantalus already have a minor lead here. However minor it might be. I'm actually assuming this could be a Midgard first item for the Cerberus. Oh. Oh, we're trolling? I'll be honest, guys. The only thing I can really say to that play is pause the game and get my man some water. Because he needs it. Oh my god. Oh. Well, that did just happen. And I'm really not sure how to commentate. He was hungry, and he did not get any food. Get some milk? He's gonna need some protein for sure. Oh, oh my god. Oh no. There is still a chance. There is still plenty of chance when we start talking about late game getting an ADC online, but giving this least expected roster a chance to get some items on and become those bruisers we're worried about. It's about the last thing you really want to see. Red is spawning Johnson as well. This Chalk is by himself here. This is a little scary. However, Cerberus jumps in. Heavenly is used. There was a lot of missed interaction there. The Cerberus pulling the Chalk back to pull. I thought would have hit the On Her. Didn't. On Her forced it back. Red is still up. Least expected should very easily get this. Cerberus nowhere near. It should just result in a neutral buff for neutral buff as purple is spawning shortly on her. Hopefully we don't make the same play. This isn't the Herc here to displace. Hercules does have blink up. Just gotta be a little conscious of that purple pulled by the Charon. Blue buff was secured by Tantalus on her. The target of a fair amount of the aggression on her ult for Chalk ult. Plenty of damage turned out. The on her looking for a solid trade. Nice triple Serb ult into an Afro ult, just not enough. The Impale doesn't catch, the autos have to hit, but does he get turned on for the damage? He does, and Swagmaster Flex on this on her gets put down, and a possible double going to this Hercules. A big missed opportunity there off a triple Serb ult into Charon ult. Just not finishing. I would be crying after that one too. F6. Oh no. Listen, I have faith. I have faith, chat. I believe he just needs to get warmed up. We need some water. We need some fucking water. We are still... It's not unsurmountable. That's a 1,300 lead. When you start talking about this least expected roster, I said it last game, and I was completely wrong, but maybe. You don't have any real auto attackers. Yes, this early is going to be a little rough to play into, especially when they get itemization, but if you can get this on her 4 items, I would say right about where I want to see it. At least Exekins, this turns into a big possibility, but losing that much health is not the possibility I really want to see. Chalk drops alt. Should be just a result in red here. Maybe least expected are onto something with this composition. Is Warriors full damage OP? I think it's just Warriors in general, right? Surely we can get behind that. Sonar's got to be careful. He doesn't have beads, but he has ult for the CC immunity. This Hercules surely hovering this blink. Spinning in circles, trying to style just a little bit. So backing off should result. So red for purple again. We keep going this neutral buff exchange. Wait, the honor? Did you not pick that up? We didn't. We're saving it. Yeah. It's big. Okay. What am I to question? That's my fault. We're gonna get as much time as possible with this buff. Let's get optimization. Johnson spawning in. On her just looking for a little poke. Chalk playing hide and go seek with on her's very own pillar. Damn, it's just gonna be so rough. He's gonna, oh my god. I feel so bad for this on her who's just gonna get a chalk axe to the face. Oh my god. English. For at least half his health once you get 4 or 5 items for this chalk. They have to get anti-heal, and if they don't rush that sooner, this is going to be real rough. You already have Contagion. We have Horrific. I would like to see an Envenom Exi. Least expected. Pathing over to Bull. They have second relic on the Hercules, but that is only a second relic that we have. Chalk goes into a big ult. Charon ult, so ult for ult. This could be that trade they're looking for. Afro getting ulted. This Chalk could go down. It does. A nice auto attack impale cancel. Picks up that kill on her, just trying to hover. This is that break that we were looking for. Tantalus able to claw it back. Surely we don't do that, though. Kieran is full health, so he's able to zone the Hercules. The Serb able to tank this up for the Anher, so they are actually able to take this very smoothly. Hercules doing his best to clear wave. I am Winter. German Dutch. Blonde hair, blue eyes, over 6 foot. Crazy. Just don't speak German, unfortunately. Red picked up here by on her. Hercules does have blink. He is wrapping. I think he might be looking for a possible play here. A little cheeky. There's the blink. It's a push that does force beads. Chalk gets a nice. Oh. So you got a nice axe for the engage, but on her just able to jump backwards, and not that real engage you really want. Chalk actually TPing into his axe should just get turned on here. He's not hooked up. The Afro should easily go down, and does. A big misplay from this Chalk, separating himself from any survivable hope from his team, and a big chunk back into this game. That's that transition we needed. This whole bullfight, you had about a 1900 gold lead. Now it's completely swung the opposite direction. Almost a 3K shift. Cody counting his points just a little early. I'm a little shocked by a Transcendence third item. Now, keep in mind, for those of you that are a little, I want to say behind, newer or not keeping up with the patches, they did change Transcendence. So instead of cooldown, it now actually has penetration. Oh. It also can be stacked instead of last hitting the wave. You get to yell at your DP at your front line going, oh, my last hits! Can be stacked off damage. So a little bit of an adjustment for stackable items. So it's not as devastating to go this here, but a little bit more shocking to see. That push, bull spawning. You do not need to force this here. If you're Tantalus, just back off, grab wave, clear next, grab red, clear next wave, look bull. There's literally no need to be a little forceful. Serb actually up downing with the Hercules combo being down, feeling confident, sustained here. Nice little combo there. On her jumping toward bull. It cannot be said enough when you look at these damage numbers. These frontliners, this Charon Cerberus, is doing so much for this team. Shock actually TP's in. Shock goes for that ult. Bull's being secured on the opposite end. Charon got to be a little careful. They should be able to path out for Fury. Hercules not able to kind of turn to look for a combo on her. Able to path in directly after Bull. Secure the bird. Do they go for any poke here? Charon's kind of chunked out. Do they just back off? But they do have that Chalk Afro ult down. Now with this on her here, are they able to do a little damage? I'm assuming this will be a hard seeker. Serb is indeed doing numbers. Now that is a third item tablet. My mans believe this game is going late. He is getting double the heals. They are being oh so generous, and the Cerberus is able to sit there and enjoy it. Least expected in the driver's seat in game number 1, now forced to defend their last little bit that they have in Titan Room. The only place they can really call home. This is game number 2. Crusoe actually started adding these for all future sets. You can kind of see a game being played or what the set status is. We list right there at all times. Charon ults across. Hits all 3. Heavenly dropped. Hercules not able to connect. The pull. Chalk being ulted back in. Afro ulting just a little too late. Aegis dropped by the Chalk. Do they have the damage to kill? They do. Turn onto the Hercules. If they're able to find this double, good Aegis by the on her. The Afro damage coming across. We are going for a significant amount of poke. The Hercules able to do a nice little blink in. He doesn't have ult for a nice little boulder to secure that kill. Charon shielding coming through. This could be that finish, but instead, a little bit of flex on Swagmaster Flex. And a possible misplay. I genuinely don't think it matters because, just like Cosmos pointed out, this Cerberus is a little bit of a raid boss. Should be able to end this freely and get the kill. That pick doing insane work. This double front line for Tantalus taking it home. And a 1-1. We're going to game number 3. I mean, listen. I don't think anyone can argue Swagmaster Flex was hungry, okay? He was getting active. He was jumping in. He got his warm-up game. Somebody get him a glass of water. Just rally, and you're good. Or, hear me out, or you say fuck it, and just putting that back in. That's good. I mean, we're getting variety, right? Right? What the hell? Listen, they're gonna have numbers. They're gonna have damage. I'm a little worried. That this double front line just wins the game again. I'm just a little worried about that. But we've seen wilder things happen. And we've also seen Swagmaster Flex without water. So, we leave it up to the gods. I am interested to see. I would have to make the assumption he's full damage. Right? Look like that. That would be my assumption. Good assumption. Defense. Good. Alright. Alright, I was right. It wasn't completely out of the ordinary. Hold on. Did you just? Okay. For some reason I thought he didn't level his jump. I was about to go wild. Triple beads. That is interesting. Now, why I say that's interesting is you're playing into an Achilles with Aegis when all 3 of you have a CC immune ult. You vote for a complete, yeah. I mean, that might be content. A game number 3, a 1-1 in the set, clashing on wave number 1. Your Tantalus versus the least expected. And it starts off with a double rail into a double hammer. Immediately turns some of that damage. All that unfortunate event turns you're not prioritizing wave clear. You don't have the area AoE damage to help you. Versus Tantalus, who's happily willing to take this purple buff. Anher's actually pathing high here. They're getting pretty active. No. No people. There should be a wave back here looking for T2 item spikes. I'm genuinely just really shocked that they don't play Aegis into this Achilles. Like that's a little disrespectful into Mwek. Bet me money this is gonna actually turn into a triple execute here in a minute. Red spawning now, Johnson as well. Suki looks like he wants to pull, but not going to. It's actually a decent amount of damage being turned on to this Achilles. But again, goes back to there's not a ton of range. You use this Thor rail hammer, you're going to be really susceptible to a counter engage with it. On her prioritizing that wave clear, looking for pressure for this red buff. Achilles fairly poked out. This might be that all in we talked about. On her. Now going to be the target of most of the damage. Going to be forced to all on her. On her beads alt down for the CC immunity off Ares pull. I was a little confused. The Suki thought the Anher was going to get pulled off on that ultimate Thor, not able to catch him either. But red going in favor of Tantalus. So both neutral buffs and a little bit of a lead starting to accrue to the name. Not yet first item spikes, as I say that. Jotun's for the Tsukiyomi and a Glass Shield Thebes for the Achilles Cerberus. Purple just spawning Johnson in red pit. So a purple for Johnson. These neutral buffs continue to go in favor of Tantalus, slowly building this lead. How are we doing, timer? And already, these wards are placed predominantly for this Thor. Make sure they don't go bull, but a little vision as well. Pillar kind of caught. However, a fair amount of damage. This should result in the Serb going down on her. Did jump on her, forced to all. Horn Shard popped. Does he have the damage? This tree's fucking. So the tree wins, but on her goes down. Oh my gosh, the triple ultimate. I saw a vision and I don't want to see it anymore. Listen, I saw the triple ult. I saw it. There was an opportunity. It's not my fault. Not my fault. There was a window of opportunity. I did jinx it. My fault, Muek. You're gonna watch this back. It's my fault, man. Did you dirty? Caster's curse is already becoming real for the BBC. Oh, you guys think I don't have an effect in this game? It's crazy. Oh no. But if that isn't a full swing for you, they had a lead built up and immediately swing that back in favor least expected, and already a ton of damage picking up Swagmaster Flex. The water not enough. Get this man a jug because he needs to drink up. Oh man. Now listen, they had this kind of a lead last game, and Tantalus were able to recover. Are they able to do it this game? This is wild. I'm not gonna lie, there's so many misplays. It is a fun set to watch though. Purple pulled. On her wants to path in. Runeforge was procced, unfortunately not able to connect the hammer. Purple secured by Tantalus. Thor forced to beads. That damage is insane. Oh my gosh. That has to be so criminal. I think the funniest part is Fabduels has yet to say anything about his full investment for Tantalus. I think he's just holding on. He invested his life savings toward Tantalus. No, you're 100% right. This Honor doesn't really get a chance to play the game into a double assassin pick. It just feels miserable, let alone he's about to throw on a Midgard. However, it gets real awkward when they go triple Aegis, or one of them drops a Blink, and this Achilles doesn't get that value. He had his window for the triple ultimate, just a little bit dropped, if you will. Thought for a second they might path toward Bull. They're just throwing a word on it. Achilles getting a decent amount of setup / poke here on this Thor. Suki pathing toward Bull. Surely he doesn't pull. He is pulling it. He is on a ward. I'm assuming he knows this. No, he doesn't have Aegis. This is extremely troll. Right away, forced off. That is a full damage Tsukiyomi. I honestly would have you wait until level 12 just to make sure he does get the chance to get Aegis. Thor forced to hammer away. I'm keeping an eye on the second relic choices. I'm assuming it'd be Blink double Aegis. But obviously the big pressure being this execution. Do they even go a triple Aegis just to negate some of that value? They all are level 12. I would like to see them back sooner rather than later, looking for the second relic spikes. Be a fairly large deal. targeted most of the damage, but Achilles stepping forward. Again, you've got to be real careful. You do not have second relics into an Achilles who does. Purple being pinged out. We're playing a dangerous game with how much we're overstaying without second relic. Should be fairly easy to punish. Cerberus getting a nice triple ult. Does it result in a kill? And it does. Tsukiyomi going down for the first kill of Tantalus. On her now able to poke this down. This might be that double execute we were talking about. Might not even be needed. A double kill for Swagmaster Flex. T1, 15 seconds on Tsukiyomi. And a big mistake here by not backing for second relics. It's actually T1 and Bull. Suki's still down for 2. Dominance putting in work. One big fight and a big lead. Shifted right back in favor. That is actually Aegis, so Aegis, Aegis, Aegis. So triple beads, triple Aegis. He just shifted relics. That's why it's beads, Aegis, beads, Aegis, Aegis, or Aegis beads. Cosmos is not a fan. A Heartseeker third item for the Tsukiyomi, looking for a big, expensive spike. I don't know if you're going that big, you might as well put a ring on it. It should start the back. 2 members back here for Tantalus. I wonder if this is going to be a big push here. You have second relics on everybody. You could get a fair amount of damage on her 3 items. Ares trying to full send a double chain. Thor's going up. How's this engage look? Don't go for the on her. Should be immediately ulted. He cancels ult? Huh? Chad, I'm a little confused on how to call that out. He had to have canceled ult for the Thor to land ult and forced a beads. The Aegis used. Dude, these walls are not meant to be spectated. So a 2-for-1 and a little window possibly back into this game as Bird spawns. All members of both teams now up. His mouse malfunctioned. Got a malfunctioning mouse. Should result in a Johnson, but red is on this on her. He did go this T2 oboe. The ward coverage looks like a Christmas tree. Could be something else, but on her, pulling bull in the distance. Already 3/4. Trying to keep an eye on that bull health for us. Should be secured. It is. Do they take this fight? Do they not? Suki saved by a Thor rail. Saved by a Thor rail. I appreciate that, Trevor. We're trying. Ares trying to step up to get some kind of pressure on this on her. Just missing chain. Thor trying to get a little bit of combo on her as well. They are still extremely healthy. Looking for some Titan poke with Bird down. They're in the driver's seat with a 1-1. Thor's going up. Hopefully we don't see a repeat of this on her. Ult cancel. Instead, the Thor decides to ult the Achilles. Do they have the damage to pick him up? A double ult. And Aegis needs to be used, but he doesn't have it up for 32 seconds. And a possible double. 2 members down, 1 left standing. This Thor is all that remains between Tantalus and a possible reverse sweep. Thor doing his very best, forced to use beads for the Surball on her. Able just to sit here and auto Titan for that one glorious win. Deciding to go for the plate instead, and takes it home. Swagmaster Flex and Tantalus with the reverse sweep in a 2-1 series. Putting down least expected. Oh man. I kid you not, Fab Duel was getting sweat. He was sweating. He was sweating, chat. He spent his full life savings on Tantalus, and he was getting a little worried it was going down the drain. But Habana, I appreciate that gifted toward rave reaction.